When I interviewed President Obama at the end of his trip to Latin America, I asked him, why should we think that he will focus more on Latin America now than in the past? Because during the campaign in 2008, when I last interviewed him, he had told me that he would appoint a special envoy to the Americas, that he would hold an annual summit of the Americas instead of every 3 or 4 years as it is now, and many other things. And yet, none of these things happened. So why should we think that you're going to focus more on Latin America? I asked him. This is what he said.
The focus on Latin America is not one of the United States as benefactor coming here and saying to everyone, we're here to solve your problem. Countries like Chile and Brazil, they're now players on the international stage, and so our interaction is one of equal partners trying to solve problems both in this hemisphere but also around the world.
Then I asked him, but Mr. President, what about the idea of appointing a special envoy to the Americas? And what about the idea of holding an annual summit of the Americas?
In terms of us being able to carry out, for example, an annual summit, well, it turns out that there have been a few world events that have intervened. We didn't know that we were going to have the worst recession since the 1930s. So there were a lot of international coordinating activities that we had to engage in that had a direct impact on Latin America. But the reason I'm taking this trip, even in the midst of a lot going on, is to emphasize how important this region is to us and to create a new model that says we want to work with you, and in some cases we can learn from you. Brazil, they've got a more advanced biofuels operation than we do. We want to find out how can we work together on clean energy. Chile, they've managed their economy pretty well through the recession, and there are ways that we can work together on issues like innovation. So I've been extraordinarily impressed with the progress that Latin America has made, and I'm going to keep on focusing on Latin America because I think it's part of the key to United States success.
To find out my opinion on President Obama's answers, read my column on this website.